We back. We back. I had a little technical difficulties, so we had to get it right. Make sure my mic ain't muted. Yeah, we back. We back in action. So welcome back to the main event. The most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. You new to the channel? Hit that subscribe button. And remember, you can always click the link that's pinned in top of the chat to join in on the conversation. Follow me on IG. Hit the inbox up. Request to be a special guest. You can join me and you right here. Just me and you in the main event. Oh, man, I missed doing that. Yo, I missed it. So, without further ado, hit the intro so we can dive right into it.
Dom, I think I know what you were trying to do. Welcome to the main event.
So how is everybody doing? Is everybody well? You doing good? Hit the like button. So we're about to talk about Raw, NXT, then we're going to talk a little bit about King and Queen of the Ring. So Raw kicks off this week with Drew coming out. Talk a little bit. Then Priest comes out. He insults Drew, but also gives Drew a title shot. They didn't say when, though. They didn't say when the title shot would take place, but Drew gets him a title shot against Damian Priest. And I'm wondering if it's going to be a King of the Ring or a Clash at the Castle. So, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, though. You feel me? First matchup we got for Monday Night Raw was Io Sky versus Shayna Baszler, and I'm loving the way they're giving the women time to do their matches, and this 3-hour thing is giving Raw a lot of time to express a lot of people talent on stage, and I think SmackDown maybe need to go to 3 hours. I'm not for sure because their matches are so short. They be trying look like they be trying to squeeze everything in and don't get everything in like they're talking about, but we get the picture. But I want to see everybody get time to shine in the ring. So I think SmackDown needs to move to 3 hours. But hopefully they will soon. Io Sky ended up beating Shayna Baszler. It was arm against leg. Io Sky arm got injured. Well, Shayna Baszler targeted Io Sky arm. Io Sky targeted Shayna Baszler leg. But in the end, Io Sky takes the win to advance in the tournament. We got Judgment Day backstage with Carlito. He's still asking Priest, to be part of Judgment Day. And Carlito, a little snake ass motherfucker, man. He a snake. I just know he gonna stab my boy Priest in the back. I know he gonna be the reason Judgment Day kick Priest out. Will Carlito take over? Or will Finn Balor take? I think Finn need to take over if anything, but we'll see what happened there. Chad Gable talks to the crew. He get them ready for their matches for that night. We got Gunther versus Kofi Kingston, which we already knew was gonna be a hellified match because Kofi Kingston is out for blood. He out for revenge for his boy Xavier Woods. You know what I mean? Huh? Yeah, huh? So it was a good match between the two, but Gunther ends up putting down Kofi Kingston for the win. Awesome Truth talks with Adam Pearce about their tag team, defending their tag team titles. Kiana James pulls up, you know what I'm saying? Lyra Valkyria got interviewed backstage. Becky Lynch passed by. Then Liv Morgan pulled up. She talks her shit and she about Becky Lynch. Lyra Valkyria says, turn around. She's right there. You tell her. And Becky Lynch depths her. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Punch Liv Morgan in the face, right? Knocks her down. So, and they saying Becky Lynch haven't re-signed her contract. No news on that. But I think Becky Lynch supposed to be taking some time off. But Real Ripley, Real Ripley got injured, which caused Becky Lynch to come back into the phase. Becky Lynch supposed to be taking some time off, with Seth Rollins taking time off, which give father and mother time to spend time with their child. So I'm looking forward to Liv Morgan taking a belt off of Becky Lynch at King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring. God damn it. Kofi Kingston runs into Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross says, "Look like you need some." Anyway, he indicated good news, but sort of kind of bad news. As Xavier Woods came with the ice, he was like, "What are you talking about?" Kofi Kingston like, "I don't know." So what do y'all think Karrion Kross will implement when he talked to Kofi Kingston? Is he trying to get him to join, or he's warning him that they're next? Then we get Bronson Reed versus Tozawa, Tozawa was hard hitting at the beginning. Bronson Reed hit him with 2 moves, 1, 2, 3. Kaiser got interviewed backstage. Adam Pearce makes an announcement about the new Catch Republic and the 4-way tag team match for the #1 contendership. Brian Breaker pulled up, still upset that he ain't the king of the ring. That story continues. Then we get Zoe Stark versus Live Valkyria, and they gave this match time. This match was awesome, man. I'm telling you, when they get a match time to play out, the matches be good, and it shows what the competitors can do. So it's a good match, but Live Valkyria picks up the win. Sami Zayn versus Otis, which was a nice, good match. Sami Zayn picks up a quick victory over Otis. Chad Gable goes in, assaults Otis. Sami Zayn tried to save Otis, but Chad still was like slapping Otis across the face. You know what I'm saying? Otis was looking like he was ashamed of his loss. Man, I shouldn't did the goddamn worm and all this shit. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Otis gonna do. Is he gonna ride with Chad or he gonna turn on her? Or we'll see. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments. We get Braun Strowman. There's a lot of Bruns and shit. We get Braun Strowman motivating the Creed brothers. JD pulled up. JD McDonough pulled up. Warns Braun Strowman to stay out of Judgment Day business. We got in the chat. Y'all know I get to going. I don't get to see. Wily World, salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming through. Salute. You know, when I get going, I be getting going. Yeah, I'm back, man. I had technical difficulties, but we back. We got Dakota Kai versus Becky Lynch, and it was ended in a disqualification when Becky Lynch was finna win. Damage Control jumps on Becky Lynch. Live Valkyria comes out for the save. There we go with that feud right there with but Becky Lynch gonna be gone soon, I'm pretty sure. Just for a while. I think she's gonna be back, but I think she's gonna be gone for a while. Then we get the fatal 4-way tag team match with the new Republic, Creed Brothers, AOP, and Judgment Day. Which these guys, you know, I already know this match was gonna be hard hitting, especially when Chaos broke out. Hard hitting. Carlito comes out, help Judgment Day picks up the win. Carlito get acknowledged by Damian Priest in the back. That story continues. Then we get the main event, Jey Uso versus Dragunov, which the way Dragunov been going, you would think Dragunov will put down Jey Uso, but the story they're telling is Jey Uso could beat Dragunov, and Dragunov can beat Gunther, which means is Jey Uso can also beat Gunther, right? That's pretty much what the story is telling. So Jey Uso beats Dragunov, advances in the tournament. It will be Jey Uso versus Gunther in the semifinals. Now let's move to NXT real quick. NXT kicks off with Norm Dar being attacked in the back, so Minshew gonna take his spot that night. Kiana Jane motivates Enzy Dane. So Ruka Hand walks to the stage. It's so much what's going on. Then they get the match with Enzy Dane versus Soul Ruka in a good match. These two women went at it. You know what I'm saying? Like they went at it. So a lot of women were putting up good matches tonight. But Soul Ruka ends up putting down Enzy Dane with the Soul Snatcher. Ava talks to the Dunn backstage about last week and the kidnapping and all that stuff. Lola Vice and Shayna Baszler gets interviewed backstage. Natalia and Carmen Perkovich attacks them. Then we get a match with Out the Mud versus Idris and Malik. Out the Mud picks up the win because Malik, or was it Idris? One of them got bad luck. His boot was coming off. I think it's Idris. And he got pinned for the 1, 2, 3. Ridge Hollins talks with Asium and Nathan backstage. The Good Brother pulled up, insults him. He challenged the Good Brothers with the mysterious tag partner, which is somebody from Chase University or O'Reilly. He's gonna be his partner. Anyway, we get Last Legend versus Ivan now in a pretty good, nice match. Jakara Jackson helps Last Legend pick up the win. Carly, forgot her name. Anyway, Carly talks to Ava about the match. She gets one with Lola Vice. She don't want none of Lola Vice, man. Latina heat. I am Latina. Yeah. Bring that ass over here. Javon Evans versus Mensa. There was a nice match. Metaphor tried to interfere. Trick Williams comes out to stop Last Legend from tossing Mensa the chair. And Javon Evans picks the win up. Wesley comes out. Challenge Obafemi. Obafemi comes out. Ivor comes out. Josh Bridge comes out. Wesley like makes this a 4-way. Oba like, see that that's why I'm the champion and you're not. Y'all fight this out between yourselves. The winner gets to face me. So we'll get that triple threat next week. It's Carly Bright. That's her name. But the OC versus Riley and Ridge Highlands, it was a miscommunication. Riley ends up causing them the match. Ridge Highland takes the pin for the 1, 2, 3, and the OC wins. Then we get Carly Bright versus Lola Vice. Lola Vice picks up the win, but Natalia and Petrovic comes out to fight them, and then they make a challenge for next week for a tag team match. Then we get the main event, the Dunn versus Charlie Dempsey. Yeah, the Dunn picks up the win. You know, I hate this Heritage Cup shit. I do not like this shit. I don't like that. I don't like it. I mean, I liked it when Charlie Dempsey won, but that still don't just separate the facts that I don't like that shit. Okay, we get at the end of the night before the show went off. Wesley, Ivor, and Bridge was laid out backstage by no one other than the Gallus brothers. The Gallus brothers are back to take charge. Yeah. So, Monday Night Review cover, NXT review cover. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the women's Queen of the Ring real quick. So we got the semifinals, Io Sky versus Live Valkyria. And I'm wondering who's gonna take this win. Like Lyra is technically new. Io Sky hasn't been gifted enough, you know what I'm saying? And I think her ethics and her work ethics need to be more appreciated. And I'm gonna go with Io Sky going to the finals. So on SmackDown, we still got Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair. So with Nia Jax versus Jade, oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. I don't see Jade losing. I'm thinking Jade may take this one all the way through. I don't see them trying to make Jade lose in a singles match, though. So I'm gonna go with Jade on that one. Bianca versus Tiffany Stratton. I think some shenanigans gonna get pulled where Bianca loses and Tiffany has something up her sleeve. Tiffany Stratton wins the match. And in the semifinals, I'm gonna go with Jade Cargill. So for the finals, it'll be, for my predictions, Jade Cargill versus Io Sky. There, my predictions for Queen of the Ring. King of the Ring. We got in the semifinals, Gunther versus Jey Uso. The way it's looking like Bloodline versus Jey Uso. I still think if they do it that way, Jey Uso versus Tama, I think Jimmy will be a surprise on coming back. And some people like, oh yeah, Jimmy injured. How many times they tell you somebody injured and they come back? Come on, man. They legit injured. Yeah, it was a lot of Wesley was legit injured, and he was back in 6 months, and he's supposed to be back in a year. Come on. CM Punk's supposed to be legit injured. He done took his brace off. I'm tired of all this. People telling me legit injuries. I don't want to hear nothing about people legit injured when people be bouncing back this fast. People always bounce back fast. They'll tell you they injured and they really not injured just to make it look like they injured. Say they legitly injured, and so we can believe that they injured when they really ain't injured, just so they can write them off the script so somebody else can get their shine on. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah. So start talking to me about legit injured. So if it is Jey Uso versus Tama and King of the Ring at the end, you can guarantee Jimmy Uso will show up, or either somebody else from the bloodline will show up to help Jey Uso and be on his side. I'm telling you. But anyway, let me continue, man. God damn it. I had to go on a fucking spree on y'all motherfucker, man. God damn. What? AK. Yeah. Oh, damn, I ain't put the link up. I'm tripping. Damn. I thought the link pulled up. My bad. I'm sitting here going on a rant. My bad. I thought the link was up, man. Hey, I'm back. I had some technical difficulties. I'm back. Yeah, storyline injured. Right. I'm telling you, man, we don't know when somebody injured for real or not for real. We don't know. Orton versus Melo. I got Randy Orton. And Tonga versus LA Knight. I got Tonga because bloodline in here. So, I think it's gonna be Jey Uso versus Tonga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got. So that's my predictions. What's up, Wiley?
What's going on?
Oh man, not much, man. Just getting my equipment back straight, man.
I hear you on that.
Yes, sir. What's been going on with you, man? You been all right?
Yeah, I've been all right. Just still working on some things here and there, and some other stuff up in real life.
Okay.
But
okay, yeah. Well, before you get started, Breezy asked about you, and yeah, he gave you a shout out, man, on his 5K subscribers.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in the back. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, what you think about?
Because I don't want to go into it right now when we talk about the show.
Okay, yeah. So, what you think about been going on in the wrestling world?
As far as everything going on, so I don't know, because I think some of these channels, some of these wrestling channels, they be selling like a bunch of these quote unquote clickbait. What's that word? Allegations. And now, what I'm hearing that's possibly a clickbait allegation is Miss Tiffy Stratton. She ain't gonna be there long in WWE because of some particular phrase that was pushed against Jade Cargill.
Oh shit!
Yep, I'm gonna have to send you that this particular video I've seen, but pretty much, hold on, let me just put it in the back. But she basically made a state. She basically made a particular statement towards her, I guess, and I guess that got her some heat. In WWE. So I don't know for sure. Like I said, I haven't watched the video because usually when I see like allegations like that, I'd be like, okay, sometimes those are real, sometimes those are just like fraudulent. I don't want.
It's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of that going on though, because it just got rid of Goulet for that shit.
No, I thought Goulet was just released because of this money cut, but.
Nah, they said it's the allegations with him and Ronda Rousey. That shit flared up and some other shit. Yeah, he grabbed Ronda Rousey by the waist of her shorts. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that's how it started, and then they just started going from there. Other shit got put on.
Yeah. I mean, something slightly like that definitely can get very edgy. So yeah, but I mean, with Ronda, with her notion of everything that she's talking about and all that, and then of course, WWE was the worst experience as far as Vince. He was around and all this. I'm like, but you signed when he was still around, though.
Right.
If you knew this ahead of time, then why did you sign?
The money.
But see, that's my whole point. Then you just fraudulent. You ain't talking about nothing.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm like, you talking about nothing. So I don't know what people be talking about. But
right.
But as far as like what you was talking about within the King of the Ring and then the Queen of the Ring. So with the King of the Ring, right? Who's still left, like Raw and SmackDown wise?
Okay. On Raw, we had the semifinals with Jey Uso versus Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
All right, SmackDown, we still got Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes, and then we got LA Knight versus Tama Tonga.
All right, so the way I'm looking at it, right? If we're speaking from Raw side, so I know this whole big up push for Jey Uso. See, a lot of people they already tired of Jey Uso's solo run.
Damn.
And I'm like, on one side, I can understand, and then on another side, I'm like, I mean, but what you expect when you're a commodity, you're that thing that's gonna get pushed, like it or hate it. So I'm like, the crowd is feeling quote unquote main event Uso. So if they're feeling that, they're gonna make him a main event and ride that wave until otherwise.
Right.
But overall, I think when it comes down to this, I think it's gonna get watered down eventually. Because let's be honest, I think the problem with Jey Uso at this point is he shouldn't be so pivotal to jump to the main event. He should be pivotal to jump to the mid-carder. But the problem is the mid-carder is who got the mid-carder title over there, Sami Zayn, and technically that's his boy. You got two faces, so it's like he can't really touch that title right now. So
right,
that is not even an option.
Damn.
Right now. So, which again, this goes right back to my whole point of they got to start implicating another title in the mix, because this is just, it tends to get dry when you start making someone become popular and you build up the drive, and then all you're gonna do is just keep them at a tempo of somewhere in the middle or somewhere in the upper high notes. It just gets iffy.
Right.
Coming on in, like I could see Jay winning. He probably gets Gunther on the slip side, and if that gets out of there, walks away, take that sweet victory. Gunther gets pissed, and everything else goes down. And of course, from SmackDown side, I can see Tonga, taking it all the way there, right? Well, Randy Orton's gonna definitely catch Melo slipping with the RKO, and then it's gonna be Tonga gonna take down LA Knight, and then of course Randy Orton and Tonga, because pretty much Randy Orton on the last SmackDown, he already he pretty much put it out there. So at this point, it's just gonna only keep that quote unquote rivalry between Randy Orton, the Bloodline, Kevin Owens. That's still gonna be in the mix.
Right.
So in this case, Randy is just like that for the final matchup is just going to be the case. Now, of course, when it all sets and done, where now you get quote unquote the new bloodline versus former ex-bloodline member. Now, this is going to be the most very interesting, because it's like fresh blood Samoan versus, someone that's been here a little bit longer. And my thing is, when you look at Providence-wise overall between the two, I mean, in most cases, I think Tonga's more proven overall, whereas Jay, he's getting proven. So it's like, I won't be surprised if Tonga wins. But I think, like you said, right, I think there'll be a screw job in the mix. Now, people are talking about the spirals of the new bloodline member, or, a bloodline within the creation of the story.
Right.
If someone brand new comes, I don't think so. They're really it goes two ways for me. If someone brand new comes, that means Jimmy's really hurt.
Right.
If someone brand new comes, Jimmy's really hurt.
Right.
But if Jimmy does comes back, then that's pretty much saying Jimmy's like, yeah, I was out for a moment. Yeah, this and that. But you know what? I got that all figured out, and he cracks him with with a super kick, all that stuff.
Right.
And everything else interferes and helps. Jay wins, and then just to see that, he walks away. And of course, now he has some finished business with them. Now, if that all plays out like most people expect it to, because of course there's a lot of storms coming around about Jacob Fata, and if he were to come to WWE. Now, technically, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's on TNA right now. So there's a push from the shove, but I don't think so. If he is signed to TNA, then I don't think so he's coming no time soon, which means it's going to be someone else of the bloodline, give or take.
Yeah, they already signed one. They signed one of them. They signed one of them. They're talking about he might outshine Solo.
I think that's the same one I'm talking about. Jacob Fata.
Oh, okay,
yeah, Jacob Fata. Yeah, and I think honestly that's going to be the truth because I'm telling you right now, if he is the one that comes through, he is going to be the one to actually sort of slowly but surely outgrow Solo. And this is why I sit here and say, when the Bloodline story was done with Cody and Roman was done, Solo should have took the rest of the Bloodline and went back to freaking NXT because that would have saved it would have saved his image. Because at this point, now at this point, one, you got some unfinished business in NXT. Two, this level sets you right back to the beginning where you need to be, at least as far as a character development.
Right.
Even though, don't get me wrong, the character development on SmackDown is becoming very good. I like it. But for the factor point of knowing that Fata is actually just a more better Samoan dominant character and has put in the work and is a little bit, Solo, let's be honest, WWE already put you in that trench. They putting you in the trench of saying, hey, you're the Samoan assassin, but at the same time, or the Samoan street fighter, but at the same time, you've lost big matches when it all counted.
Right.
So it's like, well, pick and choose. Because the only one you really beat is a watered down version of John Cena. And whoever else that was in the mix. After that, you really didn't beat nobody with a bigger name. And if you did, there's some screwies in there, one way or another.
Right. That's crazy.
So, I mean, just looking at that, and then you flip it and look at Fata. I mean, been heavyweight champion somewhere else, been probably multi-time champion somewhere else. It's a difference. So I think in a lot of cases, WWE, if they did sign Jacob Fata, then it's like they pretty much screwed Solo. They pretty much screwed him over. They didn't screwed everything about him completely. Because at this point, it's like you literally built this guy up to be a good thing, which it was becoming a beautiful transition. And then next thing you know, you screwed him over by bringing him into the Bloodline story, by bringing him with Roman, strip him of the freaking North American title. He's not doing nothing in NXT no more, which I find funny because you let freaking what's the name? You let Dominic Mysterio flex back and forth between Raw and NXT, but not Solo. Okay, that's funny to me. That's funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're doing this. If this comes down to what this is, this only gonna get ugly. It's only gonna get ugly. So my thing is right now, the way I'm looking at it is, but I think to the whole thing of it all, right now it's just up in the air because again, the truth is, if we're looking at new bloodline versus former bloodline, the truth is of the matter is who is controlling the strings, right? Because we can all sit here and say The Rock is controlling the strings of the newer bloodline, quote unquote, but that may or may not be the case. That's all dependent, right? But at this point, with The Rock, quote unquote, saying that he'll come back for Cody Rhodes, he is going to serve some form of dominance where he is saying he is the head of the tribal chief because Roman lost, is someone else to take lead now, right? So the story is very up and down because it's like, okay, if we know for sure that Jacob Fata is going to be coming, then there has to be a very much of a proven status point where I sit here and say, well, that means two things: is another Samoan dynasty coming in, or neither? That's just him. Because if it's just him, that means Jimmy is truly out. He's really injured. He's not coming back in the storyline no time soon. So that means, okay, yeah, there's going to be some time. Two, the reason why if Jacob is truly going to be the guy that comes in and helps Jey Uso, then that also means that Roman is going to be out for a minute before he comes back, which means he's coming back later down the line as well.
Right.
So this is why he's coming in the mix, because he's already the heavyweight, he's already the big talk, he's already the big, publicity coming in. So he's going to fill those shoes just a tad bit with him coming and sliding in. So for that alone, that already puts a nice little wiggle room in the mix. But again, this is why I say this all depends. See, because now I will say this, right? Because I'll say this. Now, does that ultimately mean that Jimmy's not coming back? No, because let's say this. If The Rock is behind all of it, like we believe he is, because it'll just make more common sense at this point, then technically you have 4 people on the new bloodline, and then you have 4 people on the old bloodline. You got Roman, the Uso brothers, and then Fata, and then you have The Rock, the God, and then you have Solo. 4 against 4. So it adds up perfectly at this point.
Right. That's what I was looking at. So shit. Boy, this damn bloodline story is crazy.
It's the best story right now in wrestling. Like there ain't no one else that's topping the story. It just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah. I mean, they do got the top storyline in the whole roster, and it's looking wild, man. That's why I can't wait to Friday to get the last little roundup. Pretty much, we can see it. It's gonna be Orton versus Tonga. Yeah, I just don't see LA Knight making it out that motherfucker. Especially with AJ Styles still on his back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. But with the bloodline already there as well, I mean, at this point, I don't think so. It comes that close. So
yeah. So the LA Knight and AJ feud. I'm thinking that feud gonna end up going to Hell in the Cell.
Wait, because LA Knight beat AJ in the King of the Ring tournament, or no?
Nah, they didn't fight in King of the Ring, but they tied up though 1-1.
No, I don't think so. It's gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. The reason why I say it's not gonna matter is because even if they're 1-on-1, there's no signs indicating that AJ is worried about LA Knight at this point. Especially if they're involved with each other in the King of the Ring, there's no point. I mean, who knows? They could pivot that way, but with the fact that AJ just came away from facing Cody Rhodes for the title and everything else, I don't think so. He goes back and deals with LA Knight again. That would be pointless.
Okay, they might finish that shit later on or something. You know, it'll make its way back around where they have a full story.
I mean, yeah, it could make its way back around. I wouldn't be surprised if it make itself back around Money in the Bank. That would be the proclivity right there.
Oh yeah.
That would be the idea. That would be the idea hitter right there for me.
Yeah. They both inside the match and causing each other the match. Yeah, I can see that.
So, that's LA Knight right there.
LA Knight might end up in a feud with the Bloodline then.
Pretty much, he's gonna be in that mixture. I mean,
that 3-on-3.
If Kevin Owens can come back in time, but no, it won't even be 3-on-3. Remember, if Tonga wins, then he's going to the final, so it'll be 2-on-2.
Well, I'm talking like after all that shit, they can probably like start building up after the pay-per-view.
They can do 3-on-3 if they want to.
Yeah. That's what I see. But it ain't no.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Yeah, but I think right now, because the way how I've noticed it too is they've shown like notice ever since Randy ever came back, he's been nothing but losing in a lot of the big pay-per-views. So I think what they're doing is, because of all this losing, that they're also sending that message like, yeah, we're working down Randy to the point where he has that boiling point of hitting heel.
Right.
And they're working him down like, okay, I'm losing, I'm face, I'm
yeah,
being the good guy, and I haven't got nothing done. Right, and I haven't got nothing
playing
done,
around too much.
So now it's like, okay, you know what? Trying to get back to this heel, trying to make some wins.
It's time to start viping. Start trying to viper some motherfuckers. Goddamn, time to bite.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. So
what you think about this Cody Rhodes versus Mr.
Logan
Prime?
Paul?
Yeah.
So this was interesting, right? So when they named the new opponent for Cody, I was like, what are we talking about here? This guy hasn't even wrestled since WrestleMania.
Right.
And we're gonna give him a world title shot? Are we insane?
Man, bro, I was like, what the fuck? That's why on I think my last live, I was like, what the hell? Like
now, but see, like, don't get me wrong, right? I mean, at this point, after AJ and all the proclivity matches, I mean, who else at this point could you have gave it to? So, right, because at this point, you could say, okay, the spot for the title at this point was pretty much wide open. We really didn't have no one to give it to. So I'm like, okay, fair notion. You didn't have no one to give it to, fine. But in that same notion, in the same breath, I'm like, but Logan Paul? I'm like, really? I'm like, this is pointless. I'm like, no. I'm like, it's like, yeah, I have nothing better to do.
That's it.
This guy hasn't defended the title. He has, like, ever since WrestleMania, he hasn't defended that title. Now you got to put him in a big match because he's holding the title for this long, and then you got to pay him against Cody Rhodes. Okay, interesting. And now I'm also hearing rumors that it may be title for title, quote unquote. I'm like, huh? So
that's what I heard too.
So, all right. So if it's title for title, so not only are we gonna make Cody Rhodes the American Nightmare, but now we're gonna make him the American Nightmare with the United States title also on his side. Like, what? Are we serious? Oh, so we're going. Yeah. So we're going that big now, right? Oh, we're going that big. So what that sounds like to me is Cody ain't being sold the way you think he is. Because why? Because guess what? Everyone's still calling for who? For who?
Roman
Reigns. We want Roman.
That's it. Yeah.
We want Roman. Oh,
hey,
you may as well say y'all didn't want the story to be done, man. Sheesh.
I mean, he did get acknowledged. When he said acknowledge me, the fans cheer. Only time they boo is when he dissed the city. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Other than that, shit, he was already face. He was like already face a tweener. You know what I'm saying? He just had to force himself to be heel by talking about the crowd.
Yeah, but that's my thing. Roman was pretty much a vigilante in comics, but in wrestling,
right.
He didn't have the face. He didn't have the villain. He literally was in the midst of the crowd. Sure, when it comes to the title, yeah, he's technically the villain, ultimately, with everything that's going on. But to the crowd, he's a co-op. You can pick and choose however it goes.
Right.
You can love him today. You can hate him tomorrow. Everything else in between, let it ride. But notice, but now that, because now they're saying like, because I'm hearing a lot of things now. They're saying, when Roman comes back, him being the face will be the greatest thing to ever happen to WWE. And I'm like, well, I mean, at this point, of course. I mean, the way it's going, y'all building up Solo to be a better heel, a destructive heel, in that fact. Now making Paul Heyman look like a scary bit, happening bit, in every which way. And then now to the point, he's doing everything Roman did, and he's starting to manipulate Paul Heyman. He manipulated Paul Heyman, saying, "I've talked to the Tribal Chief since WrestleMania." You have? Yes. And he told me I'm in charge until he comes back.
Oh shit!
And he says, "Bringing in wise man, bringing in."
Right.
I'm like, this man is not.
Right.
I'm
Hey,
like,
Solo acting like a damn fool out here, man.
That's what I'm like. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, I like this Solo. I mean, not in fully in this way, but still, it's good enough. I like this Solo.
Yeah. They're giving us some good stuff though.
Yeah. So just looking at it on everything and how it's all being co-opted and made and collaborated, I'm like, man, that is some crazy stuff. So I'm like, so just looking at overall, this is definitely going to be the greatest story. But the thing is, if Roman comes back, like, let's be honest, I don't see Roman coming back being healed. There's no point. There's no point. If bring Roman coming back as being healed, I mean, if that's the case, if that what happens, I think that's because a lot of things have changed. Certain people got some mishap injuries where they were supposed to build them up to be this, but now it's like they can't build them up for that. So there's a void, quote unquote, and they have to switch the gears. So I can see all that go down, but that would be a lot. But at this point, the way how they sold it and everything else, I think right now, if Roman comes back, he comes back as a face. Now, like I said before, I do think eventually when this becomes a battle of the bloodlines, it's going to be around Survivor Series or whatever they call the event overall. They're going to do it at that time frame. Because that's literally the only time where Jay can actually interact with the bloodline from SmackDown at that point in time. Because of, quote unquote, the way how Survivor Series / bragging rights is typically. Like, it's usually in that format. So, knowing that it's usually in that format and in that energy,
it's still going to be it's still going to be like some bloodline shenanigans with Jay. And I can see that, like, through the PLEs, like you know, Money in the Bank can be one of them. Clash at the Castle.
Because they could definitely I mean, Clash at the Castle. I mean, because that's gonna be like that's gonna be the King of the Ring moment. Money in the Bank, that could be definitely another moment, right? He can probably get close. They tip the scale, he probably gets dropped, and they beat him down. And the next thing you know, somebody comes in amongst the bloodline, and they constantly fight to where they get to the back of the whole ring, and they leave the ring. So a lot of that can go down. A lot of it can go down. The overall thing is that notion. Like, I know one thing for sure: the moment when they start making these big calculated moves, where they say like what's really going on? Who's really making all these moves? Is it really Solo? Or is it somebody else? Because I think at the end of the day, Solo is acting as the shadow tribal chief, not the tribal chief. And, because of course that's still going to go with The Rock, ultimately, right? Because I think this is how like WWE spins the narrative on bringing back The Rock versus Roman matchup. So where they actually make it now more interesting to them to want it. Because The Rock already dropped the seed saying, I'm going to come back for you, Cody. And he's, quote unquote, lurking in the shadows. And since we all know he has power of WWE now because he's a part of the management of TKO, it's common sense. Like, you're going to be in there somewhere, somehow in the folds of all this makeup. To where you now get people to want to buy The Rock versus Roman Reigns thing. So even though, quote unquote, we could say Cody ruined that fight, it's not ruined because it's still popular now. It's proven to be more popular now because how this is taking a turn. Now I know a part of this whole bloodline thing, they're talking about adding neither the women bloodline members, but honestly, at this point, I don't think because they already showed it, right? They already showed it with because we saw it on SmackDown. I forgot the names, but we saw it with Jimmy's wife.
Nht.
And Nht. So
I thought they were gonna bring the Samoan twins in.
What Samoan twins?
The two female Samoan twins. They Jim and Jay Uso, they cousin.
See, now that I have not heard talks about. I have not heard talks about.
Yeah, it's it ain't been no
when
big.
I heard of
they should be. They're gonna be free agents soon.
Well, that'll be interesting because when I heard the talks of possible female bloodlines, in my honest head, like I'm already thinking either it's gonna be I can see Nia Jax joining The Rock because of that relationship.
Right.
And of course, Jimmy's wife joining them, even though I don't particularly would want her in this bloodline matchup personally for me, like because she just doesn't match the buff and interior matchup for this match. I think you keep her away from this one. I think this would be a nice moment where they figure out to hopefully fix this whole battered situation with Tamina and get it back to work. I'm so serious. Like at this point, this has to work now. Tamina is literally should be the fix-in to make this work now. Like I think there'll be another matchup between Nia Jax and Jimmy's wife, and then eventually Tamina is gonna come in and get involved. And then she's like, you want to pick on someone smaller, pick on someone your own size or someone that can actually handle you. And like, who? And it's like, now you got Tamina. So, right, I think that is another ad. Because competitive wise, you want that to make sense. They're pretty much stiff, but they're both, big in size and power. So, like, these two going at each other, this is a nice little matchup. But then again, hey, look, I won't be surprised if they go the other way. But
yeah, man, Naomi and then they ain't been doing a good job with her lately. I mean, I was expecting that anyway, though.
Yeah, but my thing is with her. My thing is what you want to do, what you can do with her. You're not like, let's be real. You bring her back. You sign Jaden Cargo. It's like, bro, you're at odds right now. You just got Bayley the being champion. I mean, you got Tiffany Stratton if she stays with WWE because of that, certain allegations flowing around.
Right.
So, I mean, with all this going down, you really can't put her in a better scenario. The fact that she was able to challenge for the title this fast since their time of returning, at least you give her that much. At least you give her that much. You gave her 2 opportunities. Hey, it is what it is. Pick and choose.
Oh man, yeah, they really I mean they got some good talent on both rosters, so it's a big pool.
But one of the many ones that I've now enjoyed seeing is that triple threat match for the IC title. I'm glad they're giving some DC respect to the people that are actually winning that Andre the Giant Memorial and giving people the chance to actually win a title. Because I ain't gonna see Bronson Reed. I ain't gonna lie. In the mixture between Sami Zayn and Baby Angle,
Chad Gable.
Baby Angle, Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
In that mixture, I could see Bronson Reed coming right in and then stealing that IC title off of both of their fumes, and then just snatch the title right then and there, and he's the new IC champion.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's their best route anyway. Go ahead and get Bronson Reed, take it off of Sammy, pull Jey Uso ass out that motherfucking heavyweight situation, and throw his ass in the mid card to face Bronson. So
yeah, but I don't think they're gonna do that too soon. I think.
Yeah, it's the
reason why I won't say it because the thing is because where Jay is right now, this is the problem that with WWE. WWE created a loop with Jey Uso because it's like, one, you made him too popular to the point now you have no choice but to sell him as a quote-unquote mid-carder, even though that's too much of a stretch for him right now. But at the same time, if you pull him down, it's like, well, if you screw over Sami, it's like, is this what's always going to be with Sami? Like, he always gets screwed over. He doesn't really have long-term title runs. Like, you're going to do that? Like, okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's like, y'all made a very ugly mixed bag for yourselves.
Well, they need to get Jey Uso ass about 3 or 4 new moves to his move set.
I mean, they sort of did add some different moves. My only problem is I just wish the move sets that he had was a little bit more cohesively, like it's like a little bit more cohesively like done differently. Because I know there's someone talking about, you know, certain people that need new finishers and stuff like that, right? Right. So Samoan Splash is you know, is always going to be a trademark family, you know, thing. But my thing is like, and you know, we constantly keep seeing now he's trying to do the spear, and I'm like, I don't like the spear being a finisher. It's like the spear is getting overrated as fuck. Like,
yeah, only person should be doing that is Brian Breaker.
I don't even like Braun Breaker doing the spear. Like, I like. Don't get me wrong, they can do the spear, but I don't like it being a finisher move.
Yeah, do the spear, then do the finish move.
Yeah, like the spear would be like a side piece finishing move, but not the finishing move. I need Braun Breaker to go back to breaking backs and getting that Kaklina clutch. I need him to get back to that. Get back to the Steiner.
Oh yeah, spear, and then put him in the clutch.
Yeah, get back to the Steiner way. Like
make him tap out.
Yeah, I need him to get back to that type of mode because that.
Yeah, I liked it that he work on your back, step on your goddamn blade in the back. Shit, put your ass in the Steiner recliner.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, yeah, he needs to get back to the Steiner way, not this spear all day way. Like I'm so tired of that crap. It's like they giving it to too many people. Pretty much how they played the super kick out. Yeah, I mean the super kick is not a problem because the super kick is never a finisher. So it's like it's one of those many smart nuances. It's like it's just one of those kicks that you should see, and it's like, okay, it's not really that much of a finisher. It's just like it's like a midway. Like we all know there's a difference between a super kick and then the sweet chin music. Like we all know there's a difference. Man, nobody can do that sweet chin music like my boy. Right. So you know that super kick is just like it's a midterm move. It's not like anything big to get over the hype of, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I don't have no problem with Jay using the spear. I like as far as like a piece of a finishing move, but I just don't want it to be the finishing move. Yeah, but I mean he do the Uso splash afterwards though. Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like if that's the case, then that's cool. Like I got no problem with that. But there have been some time where you'll see him do the spear, and it's like he'll pin people for the spear. And I'm like, I gotta get a little bit creative now. Like, I get it, right? Like, okay, it's the Samoans. We got a certain style of wrestling. I'm like, but eventually, y'all gotta spice that thing up. Shit. Like, because the playbook is always the playbook, but y'all gotta spice up differently eventually. Yeah, I think the thing is with WWE is they keep it too safe. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I get it, and I get that's all because of the safetyness and everything else. That's all good. I'm just saying, like, when I'm saying like spice it up, like bring us something different. Like there has to be like a different, like just a different visual of a move that we've seen before, but it's differently made based upon how you angle it. Oh, reformat it. Yeah, like so that's when I'm like, just get something different. Like it don't always got to be the same thing. Like that's when I'm like, I just wish. I mean, like I said, Jay, he just stuck in a loop. I can't really bother him about it because pretty much between him and Jimmy, they pretty much got the same moveset. It's like super kick, go for the splash, 1, 2, 3, call it a day. Samoan drop. Right. So it's splash like in the Uso splash in the corner. Right. The Rikishi, what they call it when you bat that ass up, the Rikishi shit. Yeah, but that's different though. They running and then hitting you with that though. Yeah. Face. Yeah, but pretty much, same moveset though. Yeah, but yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those. It's just one of those things. But I mean, again, that's why I say he's just stuck in a bind. He just stuck in a bind because when you see Jay start doing like those little smacks, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're taking that from The Rock, but you putting some flavor onto it. So I'm like, okay,
right. Oh yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. That's interesting, right? Because you pretty much slap, because when you start doing that, he pretty much slapped Roman like that and everyone else like that. I'm like, all right, so you threw some flavor on that. Cool.
Yeah. That's how I like that. You know, little shoulder swag, spit on your hand, smack them.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's tight. My problem is now is like, okay, but just keep spicing up a little bit more, change it up a little bit more, get something different.
He getting better as he go, but you know, it's still like he still seemed like a tag team wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
So,
we'll see. Shit. Who you think gonna? I'm gonna say who you think gonna take it between Io Sky and Lara Valkyria.
As far as the queen,
That's
it's a pick
semi-final.
and choose. Yeah, it's a pick and choose. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sky would have won.
Yeah, I think Sky gonna win too, but yeah, I think Sky gonna win. I just don't see Lara. You know, this shit. She just came up. I don't see her defeating Io Sky.
Yeah, plus they haven't really like prepped her up to be up there. So
I mean, I'm surprised they let her beat Dakota. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
I wasn't surprised about that.
Yeah, that was wild.
Dakota hasn't been that special.
I mean, yeah, I guess because she been injured, so they ain't had time to just put her out there.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. Like Dakota, she's pretty much a foot soldier in it all. Like, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie. Like, there's a part of me that's saying Dakota with damage control has literally run its course. I was truly hoping that they moved damage control in the format of they're gonna dump Dakota. They're gonna bring in what's the brother name? Man.
Who that Kyrie?
Shinsuke Nakamura and book that as an Asian team, but that didn't what it is. So I'm like, all right, fuck y'all. I'm like, that was the clear sign for me. I was like, yep, let's put this in, as an Asian team.
I mean, that would have made more sense because and then that would have been something fresh. You know what I'm saying? Three women and one guy inside a faction. Like I never seen them do that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just something new. You know, you got three goddamn foot soldiers, Kairi Sane, Io Sky, and Oscar with Shinsuke. I mean, that shit. I mean, that shit sound right.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it, like, because between Asuka or Io Sky, you can go either which way with the title of the women's title right there at that point.
Right.
And then as far as the Kabuki Warriors, same thing. You can pretty much go either way. So Shinsuke Nakamura with the Kabuki Warriors as an overall group, right? As they ultimately are known for. And then you can just be like whoever between Io Sky or neither
Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. You can go either way with the women's title at that point.
Right.
You go either way. So, I mean, to be honest, I thought this was just the perfect idea in my head, but hey, not everything gets done.
I mean, that shit would have been like something fresh. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it would have. I think the only thing that, or the downsizer is there's no other guy for the Asian team. Like, so it's like, because there's no other guy. Is like, okay, it's not really gonna be that sweet. And right now, the only other Asian providence that is in WWE is literally Takazawa, and he's not a big commodity.
Oh man,
yeah,
that would have been some funny shit though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like it.
They could have made some good comedian shit, but it wouldn't been no serious group with him added. you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that
I
was a
can
no for me.
I can see that shit, man. But that'd be entertaining though, because it ain't like Shinsuke winning shit anyway.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like with Shinsuke right now. That's why I'm like, it's very plausible. That's why I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like if I put Shinsuke in there, I'm not looking for putting Shinsuke as just some filler. Like he's gonna be some form of threat.
Right,
so
right.
That's why I need. So that's why I want to keep him in like a serious mentality, like overall.
Right. Goddamn. Man, this shit crazy, boy. Friday we gonna know though. We gonna know if Tiffany still goddamn, you know, if this shit gonna bring her down or what.
Yeah, we'll
if she lose that match, we know something up.
Oh yeah, it could get ugly.
Yeah. And
but I honestly, because the way I'm looking at this right now for the women's tournament, it's one of those pick and choose notions. But I think, because this is my thing, if they do end up doing Bianca Belair versus Cargill for the finals, then I think this is the starting wedge that comes between them, just because of this match right here.
Shit, it's too soon.
It may be too soon, but I think this is where it's that sync, because this is my whole point. Depending on who wins, it all depends on who goes heel, in my honest opinion.
Right.
Depending whoever wins, depending on who goes heel. So
man, this shit crazy. I mean, if they do Jade versus Bianca, I can see Jade winning and Bianca costing her the Queen of the Ring at the end.
Oh no! No! I don't expect he'll turn that quick. Okay, I don't not expect the heel turn that quick. What I do see is though, what I will see is this. What I'm saying is that is just the start of a boiling point where it's like, okay, like pretty much I'm the one that's keeping this together. Notion, right? Because like I can say it like this, right? From one standpoint, we could be like, Cargo's like, okay, there's gonna be eventually a moment in time where Bianca's not pulling her weight. She's over here losing. She's over here slowing down the steam and everything else. And plus, don't forget, you gotta think about it. I mean, I don't think that Bianca's gonna win, because if you remember on the last matchup, she got injured with her leg, so that could still be a lingering injury coming into this match.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, if Tiffany allegations is true, then she's not winning that match. You know what I'm saying? But I do got Tiffany for the win.
Yeah,
and I don't see,
and that's what I'm saying.
Jade, I just don't see Jade losing either in no singles match just yet.
Yeah, so that's my whole point. So I do see I see Bianca losing the match, because at this point it's not like she really needs this publicity stuff right now anyways. Right. She really just needs the downsizing. So she needs a little bit of a downsize right now. She doesn't really need this victory, quote unquote. Exactly. So I think the fact that they already gave her the tag titles and everything, right. I think at this point you're pretty much like, okay, you take it where you get it, right? And it's like you just sit back and let someone else take up the ring.
And I can see Jade versus Tiffany at the end, and now Jax costing Jade the match. You know what I'm saying? I can see
that for sure. Yeah, that for sure.
And then the publicity stunt with Tiffany talking that shit by Jade could be that they're gonna be at the finals, the semifinals. You know what I'm saying? The internet trolling shit that like Drew be doing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I gotta watch that video, see what the hell going on.
Right, but that's what I'm like. So a lot of things can come up, but that's what I'm saying. This would be a very an intel story, because let's say hypothetically, right? What I was about to say? Who was I thinking of? Bianca Belair were to win the match. Let's say she wins the match, right? But you know, but instead of us wasting time on Belair versus Cargill, Belair gets injured by
Tiffany.
No, not Tiffany. Damn.
Who that? Candice LeRae?
No, not Candice LeRae.
Okay.
See, the moment I have these names and it's like it goes away. Like this is how bad it is right now these days. But I'm talking about oh Lord, Samoan. Give me.
Nia Jax.
Yeah, Nia. So she can get injured by Nia. Nia says, "Oh, I don't want to waste my time seeing y'all two go at each other. I just took the problem out the way so we can rehash some business. What happened in WrestleMania?" So she injures Belair. They had their match, and they just go straight to the finals, just like that. Like I can see that go down.
Right.
So if Tiffany loses, it's not only that the possible allegation could be true, plus that at the same time, Nia just injured Belair to get her out the way quick, and then we already got our finals, just like that.
Right.
So boom.
Damn.
I can see that go down like that.
That's wild.
But you know, time will tell, man. Time will tell. Yeah.
907. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. This Friday, I know it's gonna be out the chain this Friday because it's getting closer to pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I can't wait. Hi, son. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a close call. I can't wait to see what happened though. Not only with that, but I can't wait to see who win this women's North American Championship.
Oh yeah, see now that's gonna be interesting. That's a nice beautiful step into women's single titles under the women's title.
Right. Man, I can't wait to see that.
Now all they need to do is just make one for the main roster.
Yep. They need one for that. And they can switch that one back and forth from Raw to SmackDown. Yeah. What's up, Hassan? What's going on with you?
What up, main event? What up, Wally? How you guys doing?
That's good.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
What you guys think about King of the Ring?
Yeah, man. We just not too long got through discussing that. We were talking about the Jey Uso situation with it's Jey Uso versus Gunther. Jey Uso pieced the win up. Then we got for SmackDown, we got Randy versus Carmelo. Randy gonna win. Then we got LA Knight versus Tama, and we think Tama Tonga gonna win. And at the end, it's gonna be Jey Uso versus the New Bloodline, which either Jimmy come back or somebody from the Bloodline come help Jey Uso, not from the New Bloodline, but from the family Bloodline.
Yeah. For me, it's between. I think LA Knight is gonna get this.
No.
Yeah, because they've been building it. Because remember, he beat AJ at WrestleMania, and the way he has to win this, he has to have a big one, and so that way he can win Money in the Bank. Because if he loses this one, then I don't want to even see him win Money in the Bank or none of that. He has to.
I mean, win King of the Ring, he's not winning Money in the Bank.
Well, why not? He can have both, and that can build them up.
Nah, they got it. They got to reward different people. So, LA Knight set to win Money in the Bank, which I think he is. I think they're gonna somebody else gonna win. I think Jey Uso set up to win King of the Ring because he keep taking all the L's from the World Championship matches.
True. But if that's the case, then I think Gunther has a way better chance than Jey Uso.
Nah, Gunther already solidified himself. Gunther good.
Damn.
Yeah, Gunther already he well established, accomplished, and all that. They just get him
I
a
mean,
rope.
that's true, but I'll tell you this though. I wouldn't be mad if he won though.
Oh nah, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my.
What?
What happened?
Huh?
Oh, who switched the layout? I'm over here like, what the hell?
Oh.
Well, yeah, man. I think they setting Gunther up for Ilton the Dragon now.
Okay. But for the women's, real quick, I think they're gonna give it to Jade, the way they've been building up.
Yeah, we already agree on that one.
And
Yeah.
then oh wait, never mind. Yeah, then she's gonna face Bianca, and I think they're gonna turn Bianca heel, and they're gonna face off at SummerSlam, the big blow off.
That's too early. I'm sorry.
They're trying to ride it out to WrestleMania.
It's too early. Because think about it. You got to remember, they're still tag champions. You want to debacle the tag titles first before the rivalry actually kicks up.
Right.
So, no. Too early.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it's going to be a year build up then?
Whoa. Let's slow that down. I never said year. I said it's too early.
All right. How long?
Well, let's think about the severities. Now, if Belair faces Bianca, if Bianca and Cargo face each other in the finals, then yes, depending on who wins and loses, will determine on who may or more likely become heel, quote unquote. It's the starting pivotal point of that mixture, but nothing happens. It's quote unquote friendly competition. But the problem is, will Bianca Belair make it at that point? The answer is, so far as what we think, well, for me, I don't think so. She makes that point. One last SmackDown, as we saw, she literally got the leg injury right there, and I won't be surprised if Tiffany Stratton takes advantage of that. But at the same time, if Tiffany, like I said before, if Tiffany loses and Belair wins, I won't be surprised if what in the world of color ideal? Okay, never mind. But I won't be surprised if Beyond. Okay, wait. I won't be surprised if Belair loses because one, Tiffany Stratton's gonna do something crazy, and even if Tiffany were to lose, then Bianca's gonna get beat down and injured by Nia Jax. Why? Because at this point it gets her out the way, and Nia just want to face Cargo straight up on her own. So by her injuring her and sitting her on the sidelines, trying to recoup from that injury, then it's going to be Nia Jax versus Cargo for the finals. There we go.
Hey, I can't disagree with that.
Now, if you're wondering how does that help the quote-unquote bitterness of the heel turn between the two? Simple. Eventually, as they keep boosting up Jade Cargill, the quote-unquote image of boosting her head is gonna rise up a little bit more. The star lights and images on her. I'm the one that's carrying the group between the three of us, which is Bianca and of course Jimmy's wife. Naomi. So and then of course from that standpoint, eventually it's like I'm good on my own now. I don't need you bloodsuckers trying to take my shine. It's time for me to stand on my own. So from that point, that's where the ego and everything else comes into play. And then of course, voila, eventually down the line, we get that going. So of course they'll lose the tag title eventually. And then everything else will just work itself down the line. But like I said, time will tell.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right on that. Time will do tell. Damn,
yeah, we'll find out this Friday. We get the finals. We get the finals for the semifinal. So yeah.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. Money in the Bank is around the corner. SummerSlam is in 2 months, 3 months now, but time just flying. God damn.
Yeah, it's almost half the year already.
And you guys already hear the news? WrestleMania is being in Vegas next year.
Yep.
But they're doing it weird because now they're doing it April 19th and 20th. They never done that before, especially in April.
It's always been the first 2 weeks, the first week and a half.
I mean, yeah, but they done that in March, like March 19th, March 18th, but not in April. Like, I don't know why, but
that's strange, man. But I guess shit with the new era and Triple H era, I guess shit changed.
No, I think the reason why they're doing that is because they're trying to make sure that they the only ones that have that venue. And when you think about it, sometimes that can collide with other wrestling events. So it's like, okay, let's separate ourselves into a different timeline.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Damn. But either way, it's going to be interesting. Unless they screw the whole things up, but the way it looks so far, the Triple H show has been interesting. That's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, I know they we got a long way to WrestleMania, but goddamn.
Oh no, it's gonna come quick. I mean, think about it. Like what? Another 2 weeks, and we're in June.
Man, don't say that shit, man. You trying to make me be a year older already? WrestleMania, my birthday season. You already know. I see it. I can wait.
Yeah, but damn. But there's a lot of exciting wrestling now. There's a lot of even with Vice and documentaries. Even NWA got a new deal with CW, like they're doing like a reality. I don't know how, like a reality show with them. It looks. Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling, and WWE is killing it right now. AEW is doing okay. TNA is doing good. So there's a lot to enjoy,
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Man. We're gonna where we at? Oh, we passed the hour mark. We're gonna get ready to call it a night on this show. We'll be back Friday night for about an hour before we go into movie night at Dr. Frizzle's, which I got this logo up. I forgot to change my logo, but we all good. Holler at Prime for some logos and everything, you know what I'm saying? Get some new shit going. But we're gonna be up out this thing. We'll be back next Friday for Friday night SmackDown review and talk a little bit more about the King and Queen of the Ring. When the pay-per-view is it this week or next week?
Oh, next week.
Next week. Okay. So we're around the corner from that. But appreciate everybody sliding through. 907 goodies. While the world always in the building, Hassan in this motherfucker, man. Nobody else slid through, huh? Nah, nobody else slid through. Okay, yeah, we in there, and the people that came through and dropped out, yeah. So I'll be the main event, and I'll catch you all in the next main event. Peace. He was a normal man who heard voices in his head. He was a normal man who ran from his demons. He was a normal man that couldn't escape the darkness till one day he was left to die. He then would rise again. He then would embrace the voices. He slayed his demons and he conquered the darkness. Shh.